I would just like to remind everyone again, if you have one of these, turn it off. All right? Do not use it for the whole time that you're in here. Okay? Good luck.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, both to our judges and to our welcomed audience. My name is Matthias Meyer, and I represent the American International School of Budapest. Today, I was presented with the prompt, happiness is the most important purpose in the world. I strongly agree with this example, and I will outline why I think so in 3 key ideas: human behavior, our emotions, and the purpose of life. Why do we do anything we do? Whether it be to purchase something, to go on vacation, to study, to sacrifice sometimes what we love for the benefit of our loved ones. Why? It's for our own happiness in one way or another. If we buy something, perhaps it gives us a sense of exhilaration or a rush of adrenaline that makes us happy, even if it's just a fleeting moment. If we sacrifice for our loved ones, it makes us happy to see others succeed and maybe have opportunities that we didn't have, or others in that case didn't have. Furthermore, when you play a sport, when you relax, why do you engage in this activity? You may say because you're tired or because it's fun, but truly the overarching thing is that it makes you happy. And what is happiness? Happiness is a state of being content, of feeling full, of not having any worries or any other concerns or stress or issues, and feeling whole. And this contributes greatly to our emotions because, as is given the case many times, we are often given to using our emotions to define what we do in our decisions. And naturally, by being in a state of emotion such as happiness, which is better and more fulfilling, we are guided to make better decisions based off of more rational thoughts and not guided by possibly things like anger or jealousy. As we see in the breakout of war, these are the main causes. Never has war broken out because of happiness, or has conflict ensued because of happiness, which brings us to my final point, the purpose of life. I do not want to offend anybody in the audience that believes in the afterlife, but personally I believe that we have one go at what we do, and after that it's over. We don't have a legacy because we won't be able to see it after we're gone. So the best thing one can do is to live life happy, with no regrets, and making sure that at the end of the day, you can say that for the most of the time, you were emotionally content and everything was fine. To wrap it up, I'd like to relate this to a personal example of mine that continues to occur as a conflict that I have sometimes between me and my desires. Sometimes I'm given to studying profusely and achieving well in my academics, while other times I simply want to go out and have fun. With going out, I have fun. I'm happy for a fleeting moment, but when it's over, I have nothing left. Maybe some memories, but it's gone. However, when I choose to concentrate on my academics, I have happiness that lasts forever because it ensures my future and everything. Thank you, and this is why I believe happiness is the most important thing in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be representing the American International School of Budapest and will be addressing the prompt in which it says, happiness is the most important purpose in the world. Happiness, much like everything else humans crave, is a utopian concept. And in a utopia, we can acknowledge is hardly something that can be made. I believe that humans are what stands in everyone's way of happiness. Especially in today's world where terrorism is so prevalent. Terrorism is basically wreaking havoc, fear, into the hearts of your fellow people, human beings. And that's what it all comes down to. And such things that stand in the face of happiness is not exclusive to a certain age or a certain group of people. It can be seen in many aspects of life. Take social media, for example. We established this ideal of perfection. Again, an unachievable ideal. And we push this upon mainly young girls who are forced to be under this ideal look of a skinny waist, long legs, blonde eyes, blue hair, an ideal that is not achievable, thus hindering one's happiness. The next example, political leaders. As you see today, Donald Trump, though a cliche, is a perfect example of what stands in many people's way of happiness. For example, for those looking for refuge, those 50,000 refugees that are marching to the U.S. today are hindered by 15,000 U.S. soldiers with armed guns aimed at basic civilians that are not looking for conflict. We are what stands in the face of everyone's happiness. Call me a pessimist, but this is each other in this race that is the human race, hence the word race. And thus I believe that in order to achieve happiness, again, a utopian ideal, we must get rid of all these ideals that stop us. Another example of this would be stereotyping. We're all trying to divide each other. And with division, there is no happiness. So thus, we as a new generation, as the future of today's world, we must all come together and find something that we can have in common, something that can push forward this ideal that is not utopian, that does not relate to perfection, that is not related to race, but as one unit, something that we can all have in common. Thus, I believe that though happiness is the most important thing in life, we are the ones that are hindering the human race from achieving it. Thank you.